7 signs you're embracing wise solitude, not isolating yourself. After 70, have you noticed a subtle shift in your social life as you've entered your 70s? Perhaps gatherings that once energized you now feel draining, or the phone doesn't ring quite as often as it used to. If this resonates, take heart. You're not alone. As we age, our social landscape naturally evolves. In this video, we'll explore 7 signs that you're embracing a wiser, more fulfilling form of solitude and why that's a beautiful thing. By the end, you'll likely recognize the profound wisdom that comes with choosing your company carefully. Stay with me, because these insights might just reshape how you view this stage of life. Sign 1. You prioritize connection over obligation. Remember those days when your calendar overflowed with social engagements, many of which felt more like duties than genuine opportunities for connection? You might have attended countless parties, family gatherings, community events, and work functions, often feeling obligated to make an appearance even when your heart wasn't in it. You put on a brave face, engaged in polite small talk, and tried your best to keep everyone happy, often at the expense of your own energy and well-being. But something has shifted within you. Now you recognize the profound difference between simply being present and truly connecting. You understand that true connection isn't about fulfilling social obligations. It's about sharing authentic moments with people who nourish your soul, uplift your spirit, and resonate with your values. Imagine Mary, a vibrant 72-year-old. She used to feel a pang of guilt whenever she declined an invitation, worried about disappointing others or appearing antisocial. Now she gracefully and confidently bows out of events that feel superficial, draining, or simply misaligned with her current priorities. Instead, she chooses to invest her precious time and energy in cultivating deeper connections with her closest friends. Perhaps sharing a quiet meal, engaging in a thought-provoking conversation, or simply enjoying each other's company in comfortable silence. She might also choose to spend a restorative evening at home, immersed in a captivating book, pursuing a creative hobby, or simply relishing the tranquility of solitude. This isn't isolation. It's a conscious and empowering choice to prioritize authentic connection over the often empty calories of obligatory social interactions. It's about recognizing that true fulfillment comes from nurturing genuine bonds and honoring your own need for meaningful engagement. It's about understanding that saying no to some invitations allows you to say yes to the relationships and activities that truly matter. This shift reflects a deeper understanding of what truly nourishes your spirit, and a commitment to investing your energy wisely. It's about recognizing that true connection isn't about the quantity of interactions, but the quality of the relationships you cultivate. Sign 2. You embrace the power of no. For years, you might have been the go-to person for everyone's needs. Always ready to lend an ear, offer advice, or provide support, your phone ringing incessantly with requests for your time and energy. You are the dependable friend, the helpful neighbor, the ever-reliable family member. Perhaps you thrived on this role, finding fulfillment in being needed and appreciated. Or maybe, beneath the surface, a quiet resentment began to simmer as you realized your own needs were consistently taking a back seat. You might have felt a pang of guilt whenever you considered saying no, worried about disappointing others, or appearing selfish. This constant giving, while admirable, could leave you feeling depleted, overwhelmed, and disconnected from your own inner compass. But as you've journeyed through the rich tapestry of life, accumulating wisdom and experience along the way, you've realized that saying yes to everything, while seemingly generous, ultimately depletes your own reserves. It's like a wellspring constantly being drawn from without ever being replenished. You've come to understand that true generosity isn't about sacrificing your own well-being. It's about setting healthy boundaries that allow you to give from a place of fullness, not emptiness. Now, you're not afraid to politely decline requests that don't align with your priorities or simply don't resonate with your spirit. You discover the empowering realization that saying no to some things creates space for you to say yes to the people and activities that truly matter. Take John, a 75-year-old retired carpenter. For decades, John was the handyman of his neighborhood. He could fix anything, from leaky faucets to creaky floorboards, and he rarely refused a request for help, even when it meant sacrificing his own precious leisure time. He felt a sense of duty to his community, and the gratitude he received fueled his willingness to always be available. However, over time, John began to feel the weight of these constant demands. He found himself feeling increasingly tired, his own projects piling up unfinished in his workshop. He realized that his constant yeses were preventing him from fully enjoying his retirement, from pursuing his own passions, and from simply relaxing and recharging. Now, John thoughtfully considers each request, weighing the potential benefits against his own needs and priorities. He's learned to politely but firmly decline requests that would overextend him, reserving his energy for the commitments that truly resonate with him. Perhaps he'll happily spend an afternoon helping his daughter build a bookshelf, but he'll politely decline a request to repair a neighbor's fence if he's already committed to spending the day with his grandchildren. This newfound ability to say no empowers John to be fully present for the people and activities he chooses, fostering deeper connections and a greater sense of personal fulfillment. He's discovered that setting boundaries isn't selfish. It's an act of self-care that allows him to give more authentically and meaningfully. It's about recognizing that his time and energy are precious resources, and he has the right to choose how he invests them. This empowers him to cultivate a life filled with genuine connection and purpose, a life that honors both his own needs and the needs of those he cares about most. Sign 3. You seek out stimulating conversations. Remember those days when small talk felt like a necessary social lubricant, a way to navigate social gatherings without delving too deep? You'd politely inquire about the weather, the latest sports scores, or perhaps exchange pleasantries about work or family, all while secretly yearning for something more. You'd find yourself trapped in endless loops of superficial chatter, feeling a growing sense of disconnect, as if your mind were a vibrant hummingbird trapped in a cage of convention. Now you find yourself craving conversations with substance, discussions that ignite your intellect and spark your curiosity. You're drawn to dialogues that challenge your assumptions, expand your perspectives, and leave you feeling mentally invigorated, as if you've just returned from a brisk walk in the crisp morning air. You're no longer content to simply graze the surface of ideas. You want to dive deep, to explore the complexities of life, the universe, and everything in between. You seek out individuals who share your thirst for knowledge, your passion for learning, and your willingness to engage in thoughtful discourse. You might find yourself gravitating towards book clubs, lectures, or workshops, eager to immerse yourself in new ideas and perspectives. Perhaps you'll strike up a conversation with a stranger at a museum, captivated by their insights on a particular piece of art. Or maybe you'll spend hours engrossed in a discussion with a close friend, dissecting the latest political developments or debating the merits of a particular philosophical theory. Picture Eleanor, a 78-year-old avid reader with a twinkle in her eye and a mind as sharp as a tack. She used to politely endure endless chatter about the weather or local gossip, her mind wandering to far-off lands and captivating stories. Now she actively seeks out conversations about books, current events, and the deeper questions of life, her voice filled with passion and her eyes alight with intellectual curiosity. She might engage in a lively debate about the latest scientific discoveries with a fellow member of her astronomy club, or she might share her insights on the complexities of human nature with a new acquaintance at a poetry reading. Eleanor understands that true connection isn't just about sharing experiences. It's about sharing ideas, exploring different perspectives, and engaging in the exhilarating dance of intellectual exchange. This shift reflects a desire for intellectual engagement, not a withdrawal from social interaction. It's about seeking out those rare and precious moments when minds meet, ideas collide, and new understandings are born. It's about recognizing that true fulfillment comes not just from the warmth of human connection, but also from the invigorating stimulation of intellectual exploration. It's about embracing the joy of lifelong learning and the endless possibilities that unfold when we dare to delve deeper, to question more, and to engage in the rich tapestry of human thought. Sign 4. You cultivate your inner sanctuary. You've discovered the profound joy of your own company. Solitude is no longer a synonym for loneliness. It's a sanctuary, a space for reflection, creativity, and self-discovery. It's a time to reconnect with your inner self, to explore the depths of your thoughts and feelings without the distractions of the outside world. It's in these quiet moments that you can truly hear the whispers of your soul, the gentle nudges of intuition guiding you towards a deeper understanding of yourself and your place in the world. Think of George, a 71-year-old who rediscovered his passion for painting after retirement. For years, he'd put his creative pursuits on hold, caught up in the whirlwind of career and family responsibilities. Now he cherishes the quiet hours spent in his studio, lost in the flow of creativity. The world outside fades away as he mixes colors, selects brushes, and allows his imagination to take flight on the canvas. This isn't isolation. It's a conscious choice to nurture his inner world, to reconnect with a part of himself that had lain dormant for too long. He's not shutting himself off from the world. He's opening himself up to the rich landscape of his own creativity. Perhaps, like George, you find solace in artistic pursuits. Maybe you lose yourself in the pages of a captivating book, the words transporting you to different worlds and expanding your horizons. Or perhaps you find tranquility in tending to your garden, nurturing the growth of plants as a metaphor for your own personal growth. Maybe you enjoy the rhythmic click of knitting needles, or the quiet satisfaction of completing a crossword puzzle. Whatever activity brings you a sense of peace and contentment, embrace it fully. These moments of solitude are not empty spaces to be filled. They are opportunities to replenish your spirit, to recharge your batteries, and to reconnect with the essence of who you are. This newfound appreciation for solitude might also manifest as a deeper connection with nature. Perhaps you find yourself drawn to long walks in the park, listening to the rustling of leaves and the chirping of birds. Maybe you enjoy sitting by the ocean, mesmerized by the rhythmic ebb and flow of the waves. Or perhaps you find peace in simply observing the changing seasons, marveling at the vibrant colors of autumn leaves or the delicate beauty of spring blossoms. These moments of connection with the natural world can be incredibly grounding and restorative, reminding you of the interconnectedness of all things and your place within the larger web of life. This isn't about becoming a hermit or withdrawing from society. It's about recognizing the importance of balancing social interaction with quiet introspection. It's about creating space in your life for the activities and practices that nourish your soul, that bring you a sense of peace and contentment. It's about understanding that true fulfillment comes not just from external connections, but also from the deep wellspring of wisdom and creativity that resides within. It's about embracing the beauty of solitude, not as a sign of loneliness, but as a pathway to self-discovery and a deeper appreciation for the richness of your own inner world. Sign 5. You let go of draining relationships. Over the years, you've likely encountered individuals who consistently take more than they give, leaving you feeling emotionally drained and depleted. These might be friends, family members, or even colleagues who seem to thrive on negativity, drama, or constant attention, often at the expense of your own well-being. Perhaps they're perpetually complaining, always focusing on the negative aspects of life, leaving you feeling burdened by their emotional baggage. Or maybe they're overly demanding, constantly seeking your time, energy, and resources without offering anything in return, leaving you feeling resentful and used. Perhaps they're simply indifferent to your needs, consistently prioritizing their own desires and concerns while neglecting your feelings and perspectives, leaving you feeling unseen and unheard. You might have tried to reason with them, to set boundaries, or to express your needs, but your efforts have been met with resistance, defensiveness, or even outright hostility. You've likely invested significant time and emotional energy into these relationships, hoping that things would change, that they would eventually recognize the imbalance and make an effort to create a more reciprocal dynamic. But as you've journeyed through life, accumulating wisdom and experience along the way, you've come to realize that some relationships, despite your best efforts, simply aren't meant to be. You've recognized that holding on to these draining connections is like clinging to a heavy weight, preventing you from soaring to your full potential. Now you're learning to let go. You're recognizing that it's not your responsibility to fix other people's problems or to cater to their emotional needs at the expense of your own. You're understanding that true friendship and genuine connection should be based on mutual respect, support, and a shared sense of value. You're no longer willing to tolerate negativity, drama, or emotional manipulation. You're prioritizing your own emotional well-being, recognizing that it's okay to distance yourself from relationships that consistently drain your energy and diminish your spirit. Imagine Sarah, a 73-year-old who finally distanced herself from a chronically complaining friend. For years, Sarah had listened patiently to her friend's endless litany of woes, offering support and encouragement. But over time, she realized that these conversations were consistently leaving her feeling drained and depleted. Her friend rarely reciprocated her support and seemed more interested in venting her frustrations than in finding solutions or fostering a more balanced and reciprocal relationship. It wasn't easy, but Sarah finally made the difficult decision to create some distance. She politely but firmly declined invitations to get together and gradually reduced the frequency of their phone calls. This wasn't about becoming bitter or resentful. It was about protecting her own emotional space, creating room for more positive and nurturing connections. This act of self-preservation allowed Sarah to invest her energy in relationships that were truly reciprocal, relationships that nourished her spirit and enriched her life. This isn't about becoming callous or uncaring. It's about recognizing your own limits and prioritizing your emotional health. It's about understanding that you have the right to choose who you spend your time with and to create a social circle that supports your well-being. It's about recognizing that sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself and for others is to let go of relationships that are no longer serving you. This newfound freedom allows you to open yourself up to more positive and fulfilling connections, to surround yourself with people who uplift your spirit, celebrate your strengths, and encourage your growth. It's about creating a life filled with genuine connection and authentic joy, a life that honors your own needs and celebrates the beauty of reciprocal relationships. Sign 6. You embrace the beauty of imperfection. You've spent a lifetime striving for perfection, haven't you? Perhaps you were driven by a desire to excel in your career, to be the perfect parent, or to maintain a pristine image in the eyes of others. You might have meticulously planned every detail, obsessed over every flaw, and constantly pushed yourself to meet impossibly high standards. Perhaps you were driven by a deep-seated fear of failure, a belief that your worth was contingent upon your accomplishments and achievements. You might have compared yourself to others, constantly measuring your own progress against their perceived successes, leaving you feeling inadequate and insecure. You might have spent countless hours worrying about what others thought, meticulously crafting your persona to fit their expectations, sacrificing your own authenticity in the process. This relentless pursuit of perfection, while seemingly admirable, could leave you feeling exhausted, depleted, and disconnected from your true self. It's like chasing a mirage in the desert, a shimmering illusion that always remains just out of reach. But as you've journeyed through the rich tapestry of life, accumulating wisdom and experience along the way, you've come to realize that perfection is an illusion, a shimmering mirage that dissolves upon closer inspection. You've discovered that true beauty lies not in flawlessness, but in the unique imperfections that make each of us who we are. You've learned to embrace the wrinkles that tell the story of your laughter and tears, the scars that bear witness to your resilience and strength, and the silver hairs that symbolize the wisdom you've accumulated over the years. Now, you're learning to let go of the need to please everyone, to meet unrealistic expectations, and to constantly strive for an unattainable ideal. You're recognizing that it's okay to make mistakes, to stumble and fall, and to occasionally deviate from the well-worn path. You're embracing your flaws, celebrating your quirks, and accepting that life is a messy, beautiful, and unpredictable journey. You're finding joy in the untamed beauty of nature, the spontaneous laughter of a child, and the simple pleasures of everyday life. Think of Robert, a 77-year-old who finally stopped worrying about what the neighbors thought of his slightly overgrown garden. For years, he'd meticulously manicured his lawn, trimmed his hedges, and pruned his rose bushes, striving to create a picture-perfect image of suburban bliss. He'd spent countless hours weeding, fertilizing, and battling pests, driven by a desire to maintain a pristine appearance and to avoid the judgmental whispers of his neighbors. But as he entered his 70s, Robert began to question this relentless pursuit of perfection. He realized that the perfectly manicured lawns and meticulously trimmed hedges felt sterile and lifeless, lacking the vibrant energy and untamed beauty of the natural world. Now Robert finds joy in the slightly overgrown garden, the wildflowers that bloom spontaneously among the carefully cultivated roses, and the butterflies that flit among the untamed vines. He's embraced the imperfections, the asymmetry, and the unpredictable nature of his garden, recognizing that it's a reflection of his own journey through life. He's no longer concerned with maintaining a flawless facade. He's more interested in creating a space that feels alive, vibrant, and authentically his own. He's discovered that true beauty lies not in rigid conformity, but in the unique and unpredictable expressions of nature. This isn't giving up. It's embracing authenticity, accepting the ebb and flow of life, and finding joy in the imperfections that make each moment unique and precious. It's about recognizing that life isn't a carefully curated photograph. It's a vibrant, ever-evolving tapestry woven with threads of joy, sorrow, triumph, and setback. It's about embracing the full spectrum of human experience, the messy, beautiful, and ultimately perfect imperfection of it all. Sign 7. There's no explicit title mentioned for Sign 7 in the provided script. The script discusses 7 signs of embracing solitude in later life, but each sign is just numbered, not titled. Sign 7 is, you celebrate the wisdom of your years. You celebrate the wisdom of your years. You've journeyed through the seasons of life, weathered storms, celebrated triumphs, and navigated the intricate labyrinth of human experience. Along the way, you've gathered a treasure trove of wisdom, a collection of insights gleaned from joys and sorrows, successes and setbacks, moments of profound connection, and periods of solitary reflection. This wisdom isn't something you can learn from a textbook or acquire in a classroom. It's a deep, embodied knowing that resides within the very core of your being. It's the quiet voice of experience whispering guidance, the gentle hand of intuition steering you towards a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. This accumulated wisdom isn't about having all the answers. It's about recognizing the inherent value of your own unique perspective. It's about acknowledging the lessons you've learned, the challenges you've overcome, and the growth you've experienced along the way. It's about embracing the fullness of your life's journey, with all its complexities and contradictions. It's about recognizing that the wrinkles etched on your face are not signs of decay, but the beautiful imprints of laughter, tears, and a life fully lived. The silver threads woven into your hair are not symbols of aging, but shimmering strands of wisdom, each one representing a lesson learned, a challenge overcome, a moment of profound connection. Now, you're no longer seeking validation from others. You recognize your own inherent worth. You're no longer striving to prove yourself or to meet the expectations of the outside world. You've discovered that true validation comes from within, from a deep sense of self-acceptance and a profound appreciation for the unique tapestry of your life's experiences. You're comfortable in your own skin, embracing your imperfections and celebrating the wisdom that has emerged from the crucible of life's challenges. Imagine Carol, a 79-year-old who finally started sharing her life stories with her grandchildren. For years, she had kept her experiences tucked away, perhaps feeling that they weren't important enough to share, or perhaps fearing that they would be judged or dismissed. But as she entered her late 70s, Carol began to realize that her stories held a profound wisdom, a wealth of knowledge that could enrich the lives of those she loved. She began to share her memories of growing up during the war, of navigating the challenges of motherhood, of building a successful career, and of finding love and companionship in later life. She spoke of the joys and sorrows, the triumphs and setbacks, the lessons learned, and the wisdom gained. Her grandchildren listened intently, captivated by her stories and inspired by her resilience. They learned about history, about family, about life, and about the enduring power of the human spirit. This isn't about boasting or seeking attention. It's about sharing the wisdom that comes with a life well lived. It's about recognizing that your experiences, both big and small, hold valuable lessons for others. It's about passing down the torch of wisdom to the next generation, offering guidance, support, and a sense of connection to the past. It's about recognizing that your stories are not just personal anecdotes. They are threads in the larger tapestry of human experience, connecting us to one another and reminding us of the enduring power of the human spirit. It's about celebrating the wisdom of your years, not as a burden to be borne, but as a gift to be shared. It's about embracing the richness of your life's journey and recognizing that your story, with all its complexities and nuances, is a source of inspiration, guidance, and profound wisdom. If you resonate with these signs, it's not a sign of withdrawal, but a sign of growth. You're not isolating yourself. You're choosing connection wisely. You're prioritizing quality over quantity, depth over superficiality, and your own well-being over societal expectations. This is a time to celebrate the wisdom you've earned, the peace you've cultivated, and the freedom that comes with embracing your authentic self. What resonates most with you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to support the channel and receive notifications so you don't miss out on our latest tips on life after 60 all for free. Hit that notification bell so you're alerted when we post new videos. And please share this video with others who might benefit from these insights. Thank you for joining us today.